Good evening, Raider Nation. This is the UK commish, Ollie de Ruyter, and it is Victory Monday. Another big win at the weekend for the Raiders over the Chargers. I'm not sure what that sign is that Tony's giving me in the preview, but let's go ahead. Let's pull Tony in. Good evening, Tony.
Good evening. It's a victory. It's a victory V.
Oh, okay. I thought it looked like it was the other way around.
Evening. I would do that.
No, never. You're a polite guy. Right, and then the third one of the terrible duo. Duo? Oh, I've started early tonight. Duo.
The duo of people joining you.
No, it was a duo with a T.
Oh, you just completely said the word wrong. Right, okay.
Yeah, just straight through about it. I've never done that before. Evening, Mitchell. How you doing, mate?
I'm not happy.
Not
happy.
Sure.
Anyone?
Wait, no. I want to welcome everyone that has joined us already.
Okay,
to get the comments in fast. No, I'm not having you rant this early on. I know you're brimming. Evening, Stevie, twice, both on the YouTubes and the Facebooks. His dedication. Evening, Mark. Evening, Kev. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. If it is your first time watching, well, I'm Ollie, he's Tony, and he's Mitch. Evening, Jed. If it's your first time watching, thanks for joining us. If not, thanks for your dedication. This evening is about the Chargers game at the weekend. Bit of post-game analysis, probably a little bit of ranting. At least it's not commiserations, which it so damn well could have close been to.
Talk about escape from LA.
But before we get moving, this man next to me wants to talk.
I think this man down the bottom wants to talk.
I was ready to go. I was ready to pop.
Are you gonna
pop? So just get your words in first, Tony, because he's just gonna be, and we're not gonna stop him.
Do you know what? Right, let's just let Mitch have his bit, and then we'll bring it back to. Yeah,
we'll bring it back to normality.
Yeah. That's fine. I'll be a gentleman about it. There you go, Mitch. Off you go.
There you go, Mitch. You have centre stage.
Thanks, Tony.
If
anyone uses Twitter and was on Twitter yesterday at around 5:30 p.m. GMT, you might have seen a tweet go out from a team that we're not very good friends with, a team that we don't particularly like, the Chicago Bears.
Don't know what you're talking about. I like them. They're a bunch of clowns.
They sent a tweet out, and I'm going to name and shame Robert Quinn, number 94 on their defense. I don't know if he's a captain, but he was leading their defensive huddle before the game. And he was hyping the team up, as best you can do as a team who are arguably the worst with a winning record in the NFL. And he ended his pre-game huddle with "just win, baby." That is not the Chicago Bears line to use. That's our line and our line only. So they can do what they want with they've got their phrase "bear down." Their "bear down" phrase is "bear down" because the Bears go down every week. Honestly, how dare they disrespect Al Davis like that?
Mate.
And then the Chicago Bears retweeted the video and posted it with the caption "just win, baby."
Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And they are all they're doing, right, is they are living vicariously. I'm not sitting down there on my own.
I haven't been drinking.
They are living vicariously because they donated to each and every win that we have had off the picks that we stole from them. So they can use it all they want as imitation. Everyone knows exactly where that phrase came from. I'm not fussed. Haha. Did you enjoy your L at the weekend? Because we enjoyed our dub.
That made me feel good afterwards. Watching that get posted and then seeing them struggle to score until the fourth quarter, I think it was. Oh. I'm angry.
You got that off your chest now.
I can redo my blood pressure and it hopefully would have come below 220 over 95.
I'm going to do a couple more welcomes. And then Tony can...
Yeah, I'm silent now.
No, that's fine.
Tony's cooking. Okay, well, we got Clive in here. We got Ed in here. We got Mark. We got Stevie again. Simon. Peter, you're all in here. Thanks very much, guys, for joining us. Awesome. We love you for joining. We really enjoy the show. Give it over to you, Mr. Law.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, I mean, before we get into like the post game for yesterday and the escape from LA, I just wanted to address something quickly, and it's kind of Chargers related. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll throw that up on screen right now.
Oh,
a bit of Monday night irrelevant news. How's that?
It's not
if
irrelevant.
it's Chargers news, is it irrelevant?
Yeah, it's not irrelevant if it's Chargers.
It's sort of Chargers news. So anyway, obviously our game yesterday against the Chargers, which we'll get to in a minute. But there was something else that happened yesterday. I'm not sure if we saw it or not, but I just want to take a minute to acknowledge it, and just kind of go around the room and just see what we thought about it. So let me just get the assets up. Did we see this yesterday? No, sorry, not that. No. That one? No, sorry, not that one. Not that one. That. Oh, 2 seconds.
Funnily enough,
I know where you're going with this. I know
That
where
one.
you're going.
Oh no, not that one. Not that one. No.
That's damn close.
There we go. This one. Did we see this one? Did we see this yesterday?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
So do you know what? I'm going to put it back to the cockroach. There we go. So yeah, did we? I just wanted to acknowledge that yesterday, potentially the worst attempt at a tackle ever.
There wasn't even an attempt. He was just getting himself out of trouble. It was. I'm going to fall over. It was dreadful. I despise that guy so much. I've said it before. That man, I hate him. I think he would be the worst teammate. I think he's a total cock. And frankly, I would have loved if the guy.
Cutthroat. We're on the same wavelength. Did the commentator not make a dig about his kids as well? I feel like I heard that on Red Zone when it cut to him. The commentator.
He's got enough ammunition there.
I think the commentator said something about his 9 kids need to come and help him or something. I don't know, but it's funny.
He's a total dick.
So I just wanted to address that after the rant from Mitch. I thought that'd be quite nice.
What a start to the show! Not even into the game yet. You got to give us Ollie.
Yeah, we are 8.5 minutes in, and we've already gone well off tangent. But I'm loving it.
I know what Ollie could do before the thing starts. He could show everyone around his new hanging jerseys that have been rectified. I know some of our Scottish corner are going to love this. Being cute corner.
Fixed it. Tony, shut up about the Knights one. This one is fixed. I spent some time. I've laid it out again. It's still a little bit wrinkly, but it's not falling down. But the Knights one, the camera is at a perfect height, so you can't see that also is falling down. That's probably for next month's.
Dale's just called. Yeah, apparently the commentator said he looked like he was playing with his kids in his living room because he's got enough kids to start his own team.
He's on like 9, isn't he?
I think it's 9. Jesus. At least it still works.
Right. I don't even think about it, man. Right.
I'll just put it back up there. There we go.
Right. Okay. Chargers. Boom. Chargers intro. Rock and roll. So, got that dub. Little bit too squeaky bum, but it would be a rated game without being a squeaky bum game.
A little bit.
Yeah, that was typical heart attack football. But you know what? Another lovely, like enjoyable, engrossing game to watch. However, do we now classify as analysts now?
I think so.
Why not?
Guys in the chat, are we analysts? Are we formally now we have a show name and we once in a while attempt to analyze a game? Are we analysts?
Have we each got to get one hot take correct before we get certified as analysts? Is it like a blue tick thing? What hot takes have you had right?
I was close.
What, on a combined score? On a combined score. We have two new people in the chat.
We do.
Looking at the chat here, Herlinda and that. I'm not sure you were christened 7:30. Maybe at, but good evening. It typically was exactly that, Herlinda.
Clive, it's not after 9 p.m. yet.
It was a typical AFC West game. Absolutely spot on. It was exactly that. Complete. We said it. We called it on Saturday. We said this is going to be different, much like the Chiefs game. They roll out all the tricks. You know, we see them twice a year. Expect the next fixture with them to be a completely different kettle of fish. Again, I got that phrase right, not kettle of cats or anything. So, you know, I thought a great game to watch, engrossing as a fan, as an analyst. If we are, I have a pen, so it must be legit. Oh, Tony's getting a pen.
Where are you getting that pen from? You're coming straight from the man cave.
Oh, he's got paper. No, newsreader. But I think as someone who likes to break down plays and break down schemes, etc., and I've been trashing my new neighbor who is a Chargers fan. I've been trashing him since the day he moved in, and I found out he was a Chargers fan. I've been giving him stick, and I was like, "We're going to walk the floor with you. You're a joke. You don't belong in the AFC West. Don't belong in the NFL." Because it's how I feel about those douchebags from San Diego. But my goodness, was that a bad game from the Raiders?
There's so many comments in the chat that I want to just bring in. There's so many good points.
It's a good one.
3rd and long is. I said it in the tailgate. If any of you guys joined us in the tailgate, I feel more confident when it's 3rd and 2, because when it's 3rd and 16, like it was again, and we converted again, I feel more confident we're going to stop 3rd and 2. We didn't. We did a couple of times, but yeah. And then Jed's comment about the officiating crew, I think it was a pretty solid game. I think it's a coin flip whether we get that last call.
For Raider fans to say that, like, I'm not saying because, we probably would have said, they were trash had they given that touchdown at the end. But actually, I don't remember on the virtual tailgate really seeing much going, fucking hell, there's a normal one. You get the missed holds, you get the missed face masks and stuff like that. But in terms of like penalties, and we'll see that in just a second on the first stat slide.
Next slide, please.
No, Mr. Whitty. We're going to see if actually technology fails me or not this evening. But it's looking promising. There we go. For a second there, I thought I had the score wrong. That would have been totally humiliating.
Everyone check the box score. Make sure I got all the totals right this time.
But straight down to that penalties. Raiders? Penalties? 10 yards?
And one of them was an intentional delay of game to give AJ Cole more room to punt.
Good point.
Very true. Yeah. Can we just give it a nod?
Penalty from our Raiders?
And that was with 3 backup O linemen.
Can we just give a nod to, and obviously we're scooting right to the head of the end of the game here, but can we just give a nod to the booth for actually reviewing the touchdown at the end there? As we're talking about zebras and officiating.
Yeah, but the funny thing is like I just saw Chucky with a challenge flag in his hand right at the end, and I was like, dude, you have no power here.
Chucky always does that, though.
Yeah, he was like, I'm going to throw this. It's like, you have no power, leave. But actually, they took it away. They reviewed it and came back. It was nice to see in that scheme. So it was clean football, but shitty football.
Yeah.
Like, we should have walked them. Absolutely. We said it before. We should have walked them. And there was a point in the game when we were, was it 11 points up? Second quarter?
11 points up.
Yeah.
We were 11 points up twice.
We just didn't accelerate. We just didn't go boom, which is, I'm not going to complain. Like, we got a gritty win last week. We got a nice tidy win yesterday, but we never went AWOL. We never went full postal and went at it.
But you know what I think the thing is that we've done in the past that we...
Sorry to interject. Or because I have just been educated, we never went full 7:30. I got you 7:30.
Oh
Jay.
yeah.
7:30, Jay. I see you. I've learned. Thanks for educating me.
What I was going to say is, I think that as much as this game it was bad football, and we managed to scrape a win out by the skin of our teeth, I think it is different to what we would have done, because I feel like a couple of years ago, or even maybe last year, we're the sort of Raiders where we would have gone up, 21 points, and then they'd have come back in the fourth, and then they'd have scored that touchdown with 1 second on the clock and would have lost. I feel like that's something we would have done in the past.
Yeah.
So you don't mind having this close game if you can get away with that win, that one in the left column, but you don't want to see either. You want to see us, like we said, 11 points up twice.
We did go in with a banged up O-line of shapes, if you can call it an O-line. We've had some issues in the background, some concerns there, but so it could have been a lot worse. But also, in the same respect, we damn well know our Raiders can play so much better this year. And I was concerned. Like, what really fucks me off here is those passing yards.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to have to doff my hat. Herbert has got a massive arm. He was only, I think he's a yard longer on his longest pass, but it zips through the air. He's going to be a concern for some time, but
Ollie's going to love that latest comment from the YouTube.
From the YouTubes?
Is Josh Jacobs finding his rhythm and his booker part of his motivation?
Yeah,
welcome.
Well, I am going to love it when I come to the run slide. We haven't finished here.
Hold fire on the run.
Those passing yards, DC, mate, 160 yards. You're better than that.
Yeah.
You're better than that. I will say it clearly. You have proven you have talent. You are getting close to making me utter the words.
Say the words.
With a performance like
words.
that, I will not
say the words. Say the words. Say the words. Say the words.
I'm not saying it.
For our new viewers, Ollie is refusing and has refused for the last 6 years to say that Derek Carr is his quarterback.
But I'm not saying he's not. I thought there was a profanity that you just put over your head, but then you moved and it says say it. So that frustrated me a lot, and it was he ended the first half with something like 44 yards, did he not, passing?
Yeah.
So that pisses me off. And when you look at this stat line, I was talking to you about it, Mitch. When you look at this, how the fuck did we actually win? Because no place there did we really truly win.
I was about to say this. So we're very experienced with looking at DC's stats and saying garbage time, garbage time, garbage time, because a lot of our 4-12 seasons were. And I feel like the Chargers have done a unique thing here where they've got garbage yards throughout the whole game. Because I think we won the field position battle very, very well.
Yes.
When they had a drive, they had to march 80 yards. So when they were scoring, they were getting 80-odd yards. Rashad had a couple of nice returns, taking us up to the 50, as did Renfro. We were winning the field position battle. They were punting, inside their own 20. So I think they put up all them passing yards because of the field position battle. We didn't have to put up that many yards because a lot of our drive was short.
And Dale's making a point there, and yes, well done. It wouldn't be an Ollie post without a typo. You are totally correct. And this was where I was going to go, and I would have looked like an absolute clown. Is the time of possession, I have got those the wrong way around. Time of possession, the dot's in the right place, but the 34 minutes was with the Bolts. And that is what humiliates me, is we have been so damn good at dominating the time that we had the ball in our hands. But we did have a couple of big plays to our defense on that. Which obviously, I'm never going to say no to a touchdown unless I'm a Falcons fan. But
what a great game.
Also the number of, we do watch other games. The number of damn it, I meant to look it up before. The number of first downs that we had was in the teens. It was like 15, 16. They had like 27 first downs, which means they were sustaining a drive. They were pulling in us, sustaining a drive, but not putting a touchdown in.
Yeah.
Which was lovely to see that we were stopping that by having the defense out there whilst they got first down. Then when it counted, shut down. And
I think I spoke to you about this earlier in a little private chat. First downs were hugely massive, but when you pull up next slide, please. When you pull up the passing slide, you will see like how many big bombs did DC have. He's took his longest shot of the season so far with us, and dare I say his career. There you go.
I have two.
We're not having first. I mean, look how many first downs we've avoided having just with them two deep completions. There's a 42-yarder and a 50-yarder. So there's 9 first downs that we wouldn't usually get. Because when we have had first down drives, they're 8-minute drives, and we're getting, you need 8 yards for a first down. We're getting 9. You need 10 yards. We're getting 11 because we're running the ball up the gut. And that's where we come out of a game with 26 first downs. But that picture there. And then there's a couple at the 10-yard line. Yeah, I think it's just took off 5 first downs for us at least on the stat board for this game.
What I found funny is just looking at this they're both right-handed quarterbacks, right?
Last time I checked.
Yep. Not like left-flippered or anything. There's a strange thing here is right-handed QBs like to throw left. And DC's kind of clear there. He'll stretch that. He'll go up the field more with his passing to his left.
Not only going left again. Oh, God.
Not running, passing.
Derek Carr only passes left.
Herbert likes to pass to what's in front of him. As in, that's kind of weird.
Is it?
Yes.
It's like he's got them horse blinds on, so he can't see the side of the field. I knew you'd know that. I didn't. Yeah. It's only occurred to me since looking at that picture.
He's a rook, though.
He is a rook. And I hope that this is his peak. And
it's only just occurred to me looking at that picture on the graphic that Justin Herbert looks like one of Philip Rivers' sons.
Yeah, but he does not look like
but he doesn't look like Brad Pitt from 1994.
And we don't have our Brad Pitt spotter in the chat. Matt, if you're out there, get in the chat because we need to discuss this one. I'm going to take it to a poll as well, guys. Does Justin Herbert look like Brad Pitt in the 80s? Because we don't see it at all. Some might.
Another throwback to the virtual tailgate from last night, if any of you were there.
And if you're not in the virtual tailgate,
join the virtual tailgate.
Join the virtual tailgate. Yeah. So if you don't know anything about the virtual tailgate, this is a service that Silver and Black UK offer to all of our members. Little plug for membership there. But you go to silverandblackuk.com/meet about 15 minutes before kickoff and join in on face-to-face chat and chat throughout the game. It's quite a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah.
Especially when Tony's drunk too many Budweisers.
Eating, playing Guess What's in the Bowl?
Yeah. Guess What's in the Bowl? Yes. No, I had one or two last night, yeah. It's very true, very true. To the point where I saw a tiger in Matt's kitchen, but
I think, to be honest, with a game like last night, you had to have a drink. That was that was tough.
It was way too close.
So the other one I managed to actually get this week was QB grid. I actually managed to get the QB grid, and this kind of this really shows us. I don't know. It's learning if you learn by reading or by pictures. I'm a paint by numbers with potato stamps kind of guy. Again, this is when you look at this. I don't know if it's because blue jumps out more, but it looks like Herbert's more proficient and successful there. 28 for 42, DC 13 for 23. They clearly like putting it in Herbert's hands. And when Village was getting the ball, he was killing us.
Yeah.
The thing is, it wasn't a good game for DC. I'll be the first to admit that. despite the fact he had some bombs.
But why? I
But
don't
yeah,
understand it.
this is the thing. Like what's the big stat that everyone says about DC? Highest completion percentage in the NFL, and it's true. He always has that, and he didn't have it in this game. And you go, why? And he did take a few deep shots. That's obviously going to drive your percentage down. Is he less efficient when he throws deep? Looks like it. Does it pay off with tutties? Yeah. Do you need to find a balance? Who are you playing? Also, yeah. I'm not worried.
The thing is, though, I mean, it was another one of these games where it's not set the stat sheet alight, but it's been a nice solid game. Both, through the air, and it's been protecting the football. Again, no turnovers again, or certainly through the air.
There was
through the air. There was no interceptions.
I don't want to disagree with you there, Tony, but I'm going to. Like, seriously? Was not a good game of football. We are capable of so much better.
It wasn't good. It wasn't a good game of football. It was just solid's perhaps the wrong word, but it was that management type of game that we were talking about a few weeks ago. It's looking after the football when you're passing it.
But was it being managed by a player or was it being managed by a coach?
No, the player, I think. The player. I mean, look at the
Gruden took responsibility for that fumble, kind of. Okay, not for the fumble. He took responsibility for the play. DC was like, we had a play. It was open.
The player.
Welcome.
There is
just win, baby.
Get this next asset queued up because this.
Next slide, please. I feel like all the people who are watching who are not from England won't get next slide, please. It's a politics joke. Could have been 52 points. Clive agrees with Tony, retrospectively.
It could have been 52, but we just didn't have the foot on the throat. But no, I mean, lots of incompletions from DC, but incompletions rather than has Ollie frozen and disappeared, or is he? He's doing the mannequin challenge.
Perfectly still. The mannequin challenge. Throw back to 2017.
Pretty much. No, he's gone.
He's dead.
It's just you and me again now.
Going back to welcome to the Tony and Mitchell show. If we trademarked the Tony and Mitchell show, it'd be TM. Sorry. Is he back?
He is back.
He's back. Part of the reason you could look at is his low percentage of completion as well. In the first drive, especially, our O-line took a while to settle in. We were getting a bit pressured by their pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
In the first and second drive, at least. They didn't really get to us much after that, I don't think. Sorry, but I don't know. Joey Bosa was out, so you can't use that as an excuse. But was he feeling pressure and making incompletions? Yeah, that could be an argument for it. But
yeah, potentially. But in the past, when you see DC under pressure and throwing incompletions, they're not incompletions; they're picks. They're
dump offs.
No, they're interceptions. The pressure ones where he just kind of throws the ball downfield, or not that it has been, but when he kind of airs it a little bit and he's under pressure, you kind of over the last couple of seasons you've kind of gone. And there's been a couple of that this season, but there wasn't any of that yesterday.
Yeah, so I agree with Kev's comment. 100%. If you are scoring 31 points a game, that should be enough. I know it's not in today's NFL because they're high-scoring games, but if you're putting over 30 points up, you should be sat there going, "We're winning this game," or "Our defense is bad." There's no other way around it. There's just not. In my head, I don't know. There's probably a stat out there that says how many teams win when they score 30 plus points. I haven't got it to hand. I apologise, but
you're the stat man.
I know I'm the stat man, but stat police are going to come and arrest me.
Yeah.
But as Dave said, DC did soar like an eagle.
I've seen loads of comments about that. Yeah,
DC. I'd like to know how many air miles he earned from that play because he could get a free trip to London with that. Jesus.
I saw some. some pretty sweet memes of that floating around with people putting capes on him and all sorts.
Yeah.
Did you see the Simpsons one?
Yes.
That was brilliant.
With Ralph through the window.
Excellent.
Bloody brilliant.
I've completely lost the graphic I was beautifully segueing before I got the throes of rural internet.
What bit are we going on to? Should we start you off while you're looking for it?
Yeah, well, I might have to re-export this one from Photoshop. I've just got Spider Pig stuck in my head now. I've just got Spider Pig.
What's next on the chalkboard then, Ollie? Start us off while you have a look.
Come on, Ollie. Sort it out. We've got new viewers tonight. We have to look professional. Come on.
Are you wearing a Clemson Raiders top underneath your Raiders top?
I'm not. No, I'm wearing in irrelevant news an Ayrton Senna t-shirt.
I don't know what that is. Should I?
3-time Formula One world champion, probably the best driver ever lived.
Oh, I don't watch that rubbish.
Controversial comments, especially from Stevenage.
Formula One, darts, Irish Fighting League, whatever it was called.
Irish Fighting League.
I don't know what you were talking about the other day. Something about fisticuffs.
UFC.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I'll say Dale's got it. F1.
No, so where I was going, now I've got this. Thanks for buying me time there, guys.
Yes, Senna's the GOAT. Sorry, Raiders show.
Give this man the game ball. Booker.
Yeah. I love him.
Yeah.
Absolutely balled out. We gave him the rock 8 times. And this was, right at the beginning, there was a comment. I probably could maybe go and find it, which was about how this guy, is he driving JJ to be better? No. I think that he stepped up when we needed him to step up. We need to reduce JJ is always on the injury list. He's carrying injuries because of the type of back that he is. He's getting banged up. So we need to have Booker that can just start taking him out whilst he rehabs. JJ is the future. Booker is not. Don't misinterpret me there. But Booker, damn. Just the way he hits that hole. We've said it before. The way he hits that hole, it's exciting to watch.
Yeah, I think there's something that stands out there to me.
Something stands out to me.
Looking at those 2 next-gen stats, the thing that leaps out at me is they both run left and right.
You've took out what I was going to say. Raiders only score touchdowns when we run right.
It wasn't even a Raiders stat with them running left. It was that little first-round pick that the Chiefs have got.
Again,
honest, I'm going to find a freaking next-gen stat.
We've got some new faces in the comments, so we'll go through that as well. Ollie made a great comment before the Queefs game, saying that was it Clyde Edwards-Helaire said only runs left, and as you would laugh, Ollie backed him to the fence and said no, he only runs left, and lo and behold, we have an on-running joke on the Unnamed show of only running in a certain direction. But no, you're right.
Unnamed show.
The official Unnamed show.
In fact, the first time I actually clocked him in that Queefs game, he was actually running right. So
they watched the show. That's why. It's not just the Raider organization that watched the show. The Queefs were. How do we switch it up?
How do we really confuse that one random Brit that's over there saying, "Oh, running back only runs left," because that's going to really win us the game. Yeah, they did exactly that.
After a touchdown, it's just a F you Ollie DeRuyter t-shirt underneath.
Dale's made a great point in the comments, talking.
Yeah, let's move on.
Talking the running backs and things. Did everyone see that Instagram post from Ingold?
T's and P's.
The thing that made me laugh about that is the fact that as soon as I saw the picture in my head, because he was like that, wasn't he? In the hospital bed, the first thing that went through my head was, "I'm good, I'm good."
Don't say that, man. I am concerned how he ended up in a hospital bed.
Yeah, I still don't know what the injury was.
unless it was just like an MRI or something like that.
He's probably hurting his back from carrying. He's not carrying the team, but no, he's obviously wishing him well.
Yeah.
I hope he wasn't getting an IV for COVID protocol.
Did we hire the doctor from the Bolts? Did we?
Clearly from our medical. I'm not even going there.
It wasn't Tony Carroll, was it? Let's be honest.
That's why it happened.
He's irrelevant. He's irrelevant.
Rib injury, according to Keno. Thanks, Keno. Stevie's comment: Ferrell had a solid game. Ferrell did have a solid game.
This is where I was going to go again. Kind of quiet on the D. Well, you guys might have really gone into it when I disappeared into the non-interwebs section.
No, we had a little problem.
Yeah, but pretty quiet on the D, which is a good thing, right?
Can I make a comparison? Is Ferrell going to forever be in his career the Jadeveon Clowney of the defense? Puts up like 1 sack a year, but everyone's like, no, but he's really disruptive. I promise. What he does doesn't appear on the stat sheet. He's just really good. I mean, what he does appear on the stat sheet. Like a couple TFLs we saw in the game, and he does disrupt, and he got close to a couple sacks. But I feel like he's been playing so well this year so far compared to last year, but you can't see it on the stat sheet.
What? You can.
Oh!
If my stats didn't keep on crashing, I have got a graphic ready for you.
Ooh.
Look at it. This is starting to look like a well-oiled machine now, isn't it? Segways and everything.
This one in the show last week. This is fresh stolen from Next Gen Stats. I have credited them at the top. But so Glee is getting closer on average to explain these. If again, first time looking at your Next Gen Stats, Glee, the the dark line around the edge is the league average. So obviously you need to get inside. So we've got an above average pass rush. And Crosby, I think he's probably out there because he's getting double teamed because people are paying him attention.
Looking at that, I don't believe Crosby was the worst pass rusher on the night.
Probably the worst in law of averages, but on the other hand, Clee is probably not getting double teamed.
Correct.
So what's his fucking excuse?
Can we talk about Malik Collins having the best average day? That didn't make sense. The best day on average. He's been quiet. He didn't do much this game either, I don't think. Nassib had a sack. Crosby had a sack. Yeah, Crosby had a sack as well. Ferrell had tackle for a losses. Malik Collins is, according to that, getting the closest to the Care Bear. And nothing. Don't remember him doing much.
Brad Pitt lookalike.
Yeah, 1980s Brad Pitt.
So, but then you look at the rush that came against us. Now,
awful.
This is the other thing. So flipping it back to offense, right? That's our bunch of ragtags out on the O-line. That's not our starting O-line.
Mm-hmm.
Look what we did. That's respectable.
Yeah, Linval Joseph's nowhere to be seen.
So where the fuck was the pass? Because you can't tell me the pass rush was on point. So where was our passing game? Because another segue. It's almost like I orchestrated this.
Linda might be right. I think Crosby might have had 2 sacks. I can't fully remember. I know he had at least 1.
So coverage wise, again, dark line is the league average. I don't know who. They clearly had a good secondary that were covering that. But why didn't we just feed Waller?
That's weird though, because usually we would, wouldn't we? And usually we'd probably get a bit annoyed that DC's trying to force the ball to Waller.
It's the same thing we had the other week, though, isn't it? We had this graphic the other week after a game, and someone had a lot more separation. And I can't remember.
Renfro.
Was it Renfro?
You guys are going to give me shit for this because this is another run left comment, right?
Nassib did get a sack, Kev.
So I was looking through this. The other interesting thing is starting to look at the routes that we were running.
Oh,
Crosby credit everyone.
He's trying to get a job.
Next gen stats would this time implied that now we were running a lot from our interior receivers, so slots and tight ends. We were running a lot of interior breaking routes. So inward breaking routes. We were running slants, 5 and ins, 10 and ins, almost exclusively 5 and ins and 10 ins. Whereas previously, when we played, I think it was the Chiefs game, almost exclusively outward breaking. So speed outs, 10 and outs, corners, whereas we didn't run any posts. I think we ran one. So we were playing a completely different, we were playing like pressuring the box with the route, which I found was very interesting because I didn't pay off.
No.
It didn't pay off because they were covering us. So would it have been a bit worse story if we were going out? But it's strange how prevalent it was, how heavy it was. Inward breaking versus outward breaking, game to game.
Is that purely on a scouting standpoint that we felt like they couldn't trust their linebackers in pass coverage?
You wouldn't do that otherwise. It would
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, there is a reason we were doing that.
And then
whether it was to get behind a heavy pass rush, well, we showed the pass rush wasn't very good. So maybe they were bringing more artillery, bringing the box, bringing the linebackers in. I don't think so, but so we were exploiting that zone they were leaving. Fuck, this is getting really quite technical.
And then Nelly went, hold my beer. Need to just run up there for a touchdown.
Nelly, you bad man. Loving that.
It didn't pay off, Kev, because we didn't win 52-20.
Tony wants that hot take. He wants that Blue Peter badge.
I do. Go right there.
Yeah, the reason that we were all sitting there clutching our chests at about midnight last night is because we were playing silly bollocks, doing inward breaking shit. So
that didn't change. That didn't change. That was game long. So are we back? Are we back to going in at half time and just
put a feet up?
Well, not look at YouTube or something like that, and then coming out again.
Watch this funny cat video.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just look at cats on YouTube. It's time to go out again.
But DC was. I wonder. I have this thought: is sometimes I wonder if he is focusing too much on his rushing yards.
He needs to concentrate on keeping
now maybe not being as methodical on his passing reads. I'm not going to bash him, but his passing wasn't great yesterday, and he had no fucking excuse.
Yeah, I don't see an excuse for the passing being bad. I'm struggling. Yeah, I'm struggling to see it. I mean, yeah, like Waller there on the graphic, he's got the most separation, but his most separation is still only the league average.
But that could be one enormously wide open grab that he pulled in and he had average coverage for the rest of the game. Same for Ruggs. This only counts when they're targeted, right?
No, I'd agree with that, but I'd only agree with that if Waller wasn't targeted much or Waller wasn't running routes much. Like,
yeah.
Witten is the only guy there I can excuse for having off stats, which is why last week he had like a 5+ yard like thing because he had one reception where he chipped a blocker and there was no one on him. But no, yeah, like Renfro, Witten, Ruggs, Nelly, they are literally some of them. Ruggs isn't even getting a yard of separation on average. Well, he's getting a yard and a bit. Whereas you look at their graphic, Keenan Allen is getting 4 yards breaking away. Mike Williams is getting just over the average. Goyton, I've never even heard what his story is, and he's getting 5 yards separation.
Well, he probably had one grab.
Maybe. I don't know who he is, so I can't comment.
You've got to kind of back it up with what those actually mean, like we said with Witten. But Keenan Allen, we were averaging, giving him a 4-yard cushion.
Yeah.
You can't do that to a guy of that caliber.
I'm going to throw something else in there, though, as well. Something else to throw the stat things up. We play a lot of zone coverage. So if we if they like Keenan Allen is experienced enough to find that soft spot in the zone and just sit down and take the pass. If he's making receptions in soft spot of zone coverage, that's going to make his whatever the word was, like, distance from coverage a lot more. Yeah, separation. That's going to make his separation look a lot more tasty. And I don't know whether the Chargers play man-to-man too much. I was half a bottle of wine down. But man-to-man coverage, you are going to get a lot less separation unless you've got rapid receivers, which we apparently have, but we won't go into that conversation now. But yeah, I just think it always looks worse for us because we play soft zone.
Maybe we do go into that conversation. Maybe it's time we had that conversation. We're however many weeks in now. We'll be 8 weeks in.
Want to talk about our perimeter?
This is the second time we've pulled up the separation stats. And Ruggs just ain't getting league average. Yeah, he's supposed to be.
Yeah, but that's only you got to remember it's on a subset. He's only getting 3 targets. But he should. Yeah, I get it. Of those 3 targets, he should be fucking 20 yards. But this is what I said. I said it on Sunday. Why is it every time I turn on a Donkeys game, fucking Jerry Judy's making grabs? This one
because they've got no one else to throw to. Their second receiver isn't as good as our next 3 receivers.
Grabs. He is making grabs.
Yeah.
Look,
there's a reason they play to get opposite sides to each other in Balmer because they're different receivers.
Yeah, and
I think Judy's our Renfro.
He's faster than Renfro.
Yeah, but I mean, like a possession receiver.
I'm going to go back to the draft. I still think Judy should have been our guy, not Ruggs.
I don't think so. We've already got a possession receiver. I look at him as that. He is a great route runner and he's great at possession catches, but I think that's Renfro.
You see that the way when we drafted Ruggs, the way that I saw him being used was to be that guy that took the top of the defense. So you'd expect those separation numbers to be a little bit bigger than 1 yard with someone that with the speed of Ruggs.
Yeah, or when he's making the grab, he is making the grab, and he's got half the field to himself.
Or are they dedicating a safety to Ruggs so that he's got a cornerback for the first 10 yards? The safety's coming down on his side of the field, and I mean, I'm not going to. Prove that as a solid point. I don't know the officials on it, but that's a potential. And back to that safety point, Abrams blown coverage on Keenan Allen last night. That could have been a contributing factor to that massive separation on the graphic.
Yeah. Maybe that's why we're seeing the emergence of Nelly.
I'm actually just looking this up because
Herlinda, great. Yeah, Ruggs was the right choice. I agree. Ruggs was the right choice. When we've got someone like Ty Williams.
He's gone again.
Ty Williams wasn't injured at the draft. So Ty Williams is a great receiver. And then Renfro's your slot guy, who's a possession guy who can break ankles in the mid area of the field. We were missing the speedster, and I think if we draft Judy, he just becomes another Ty Williams, another Renfro, and we still haven't got the speedster.
So what might be throwing that stat right? I've just gone straight onto next gen just now. He had 2 grabs, both of them under 5 yards. So they were speed outs or of sorts. They both ended up at 5 yards.
Okay, so that graphic is separation on reception, not just general separation.
I'd hate to do the graphic if it was on every.
You don't want to see the other 2 routes, because if he wasn't throwing to those 2 routes, you had a corner and another corner of sorts, like almost a post corner. Because if he'd taken those balls, I don't care where you're on the field, he's going to the house. So yeah, it must only be on reception.
Fair enough.
So it's understandable. If he's playing that short stuff, then fine. I shall do my research better next time on the on where that average comes from. And I'm also
frantic clicking in the background.
This is just a.
I thought it was your mouse. I thought you were.
No. That would be a really irritating mouse. Clickety click. Yes, I'm just kind of. I'm disappointed because we are so much more capable. I think that's really where I'm with this game. We are far more capable than this. Yeah. It's not okay. It's not okay.
No, and I think looking at the comments we've got tonight, it does seem as though we're being kind of a bit overly harsh about it, because at the end of the day, we did come up out of LA with a dub, but yeah, you're right. It was disappointing.
Should we go on on the defensive side of the ball? How have we not talked about this yet? Big Play himself, self-proclaimed Twitter handle, the man,
show name,
of
show
the
name,
hour,
got his own.
got his own show name out of us. Isaiah Johnson has done exactly what was said when we drafted him last year. And he's been plagued with injury. He hasn't got on the field, the same as Ollie can't stay in the stream for more than 2 minutes. And he's had his first game today. Arnett's out on the IR still. Mullen isn't healthy. And he's had to come in and he's been like, all right, let's show the world what a healthy big plays I can do. And boy, it wasn't even the last play, because the play before that, he did the exact same. And before the end of the play, he was doing the same stuff throughout the whole game. He had a couple third down stops. Would you believe it? This is the question now, because I don't see Keyshawn Nixon or the other dude whose name eludes me starting opposite Mullen or Arnett when they're back. He's got to be starting next week, surely.
If he was, that kind of contract discussion, if he was ever going to put a bill of work out, he just did.
Yeah,
I would like to see a little bit more, because it's come out that he lost his closest friend on Wednesday, didn't it? And we see time and again throughout the NFL that players that lose close relationships ball out that following weekend and dedicate that game and plays to their friends or family that have died. So I'd like to see a little bit more, and rather than just a game that was fueled by emotion.
but I think this was the game he's had his most snaps for us. I'm almost sure it is, because he didn't play anything last year, did he?
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%.
So
but I just wanted.
But that's a scenario of taking the bull by the horns. I got that one right, yeah.
Yes.
Taking the bull by the horns. He got his opportunity and he stepped up and he delivered.
Yeah.
And that's all you can ask for, right?
Yeah.
That was nice.
Can we bring Ed's cheeky comment up? Thanks for it, Ed. Let's discuss that.
Hey.
I'm the only armchair coach.
Armchair coaches? That's a bit shocking. We were asking if we were analysts earlier and you just shot us down. Guess not then. There's your answer, guys.
I think the best way to improve drives and finish drives on the O is to get into the end zone a bit more.
Oh, excellent stuff. Great work.
You know how to footballs. You know how to
That was nearly as bad as Ollie's comment last week. We won the game because we scored more points.
Oh, look, you got the face. Oh, no.
No, it was
it just frozen.
Was it wrong?
You weren't wrong, and nor was Tony, to be honest. But they were both.
See, John Madden made a career out of this, didn't he?
Mild take.
Both.
I think
the lists.
The way we improve the O to finish drives, I think this game is probably a bad example, because I think the other games during the season we have finished drives. The O-line being completely out doesn't help. I don't know. I'm not too worried about the offense, to be honest.
But no, that O-line being out doesn't wash with me. Not today. Not today.
No, it does. It doesn't. It doesn't, Mr. Freezy Pants. But
Stevie knows.
You need to get another hamster to run a bit faster in that wheel.
Stevie knows. Stevie understands.
Yeah, I don't think the offensive line has made us play bad. I just think that with Richie and Trent and Colton, we're going to play even better. I just think it's not a case of being bad now. It's just being better when they are in there. Richie's the big one for me.
Yeah. When
Richie's back and Booker's settled in now, because Richie and Booker haven't really played all that much together. This is like Frozen 3. What a great comment. Richie and Booker haven't played much together, really, have they?
No.
Because Booker didn't really get many snaps at the start of the season.
No, and I know Ollie's not here to defend his comment anymore, but
He sounds like he's dead. Ollie can't be with us tonight.
Yeah. Anyway, for Top Gear fans among us, I do think there is the whole O-line out argument is valid as far as I'm concerned. There's a reason these guys are the starting O-line.
I'm back. Just time. No.
Yeah. And he's in 240 looking better than ever.
Look at them pixels.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't hold water.
You look like Lara Croft.
It doesn't hold water. We looked at the pass rush.
Get your dogs to run faster, Ollie.
Oh, this is a terrible night for TV.
Thank you, Kev. I do know what I'm talking about sometimes.
This is shocking.
No, I genuinely think that when we actually have when we have like that, the starting O-line back, and like I agree, Richie is huge. We've got to get Richie back. I think if we can navigate through the next few games with the O-line the patchwork that we're putting together for the O-line, we're going to be in great shape.
100%. I can't wait for it. Welcome, Sean. First time I've saw your name pop up. He is frozen, like our very own Han Solo, Ollie.
Oh, not Richie. I didn't know if the injury was that bad that they've cryogenically frozen him.
Well, I'm assuming he's talking about Oliver.
He's an OL till he thaws out.
I keep calling him Oliver today for some reason. I'm assuming his name isn't Oliver, given that he's French. Olivier, I don't know. What's the Ollie's joining the chat instead. Okay. It's like he's a ghost from the podcast past.
Pretty much.
What's the next talking points then, Tone? What do we go on to next? I'm honestly spent with this game. I think, to sum it up, in my head, it's a divisional game, and it's one that you can never guarantee a win, ever. They're always tough. I'm sure the Chiefs went back to their locker rooms when we beat them thinking, how the hell did we do that? That was such a trap game and we didn't realise. So to come out of a divisional game on the road with a dub is, you can't fault it. And I'm going to look at the standings now. We are second, as we know, with a 0.625 win percentage. We are 2-0 in the division, and we've got the Dirty Donkeys on Sunday.
Yes.
So
we've got. Cheers, Ollie.
Bringing up the thing.
It's the producer we were talking about the other week. To Mark, I'm not sure. The last I heard, he was getting better day by day, but that's kind of the last I heard. And that was a week or so ago. So I don't quite know what's going on with Richie. Yeah,
I agree. This comment there, it is a typical AFC West matchup, and it's one of those ones. We could have come out another day and we could have won this game. We could have won this game by 21 points. But then again, also they could have scored that touchdown. We could have lost, and it's that divisional rivalry game that they're so difficult to play. So
yeah, I mean, we covered this, Saturday night in the pre-game. Any divisional matchup is just different. It doesn't matter. Stats don't matter. It's just different. Yeah. And the Chiefs found that out. And we very nearly found that out last night. We are being harsh, but I think the football that we put on the field, the 60 minutes of football we put on the field last night, wasn't indicative of the team that we are this year.
Yeah. Thank you, Ed. We love you for being in the show. That's it. And with the critical comment, I think being critical is a good thing, because I think if you sit there and go, we're the best team ever, and you get complacent, look what nearly happened to the Steelers last night. They probably went into thinking they were going to run all over the Cowboys, and that is a pure example of a trap game, and that nearly cost them.
But that's exactly why I was calling this a trap on Saturday, because we'd had some really nice football, and I said, I think it might be a trap. Didn't I? You guys were like, going to defect. He's going to call it. But that's exactly why it was, because we put a lovely run offense out there. We put a lovely passing offense out there. We displayed we were fully capable of it. And then on a team that we could have exploited it on, we fucking didn't.
Yeah.
That's
And the
frustrating.
final, and the final
Again-
sentence of it though is we played, we put the points up, we got the win. And funny enough, we got the win on defense, which feels even better. Which again, Paul Gunther's going to get a pass for another week because of that play. We all know it.
Just coming back to
And
Herlinda's comment again. We also said Saturday night that the Chargers aren't as bad as what their record makes out.
we give them a lot of credit.
They're a tougher team than what their record suggests. So
No spoilers for this Saturday show either, but I think we're going to be having the same conversation about the Donkeys.
Right.
Falcons aren't a great team, but they put 21 points up on them in the fourth quarter. And they've been doing that to a few teams.
Yeah.
So, talking nice segue there. We got Donkeys, who's sitting third now in the AFC West. It is, it's a divisional game. It's going to be rough. And they're playing.
We're fighting for views with the Raiders live conference again. John Green just got live.
Right.
Stay with us. Stay with us.
Stay here. Stay here. You know where's better. And then we've got, ultimately, I think that Chiefs game is going to be the biggest, because there is going to be serious bad blood now. That is going to be. What are you laughing at, man?
Sean's got. We always, the dirty donkeys, but I've never heard
Oh,
that.
you're not calling them Broncos? Yeah, it's right. He's right.
The Brocos. But yeah, that's some news from Sean. They're starting tight end to an ACL. That's big.
That's big. But yeah, so we've got and to explain the dots here, because I needed to explain it, and I think these are right. It might be, but it's my slide, so it might be wrong. Probably is. Is that is what they did at the weekend. So red dot, they lost. We doled out one of those red dots, which was nice, but green dots is wins. So I'm trying to just kind of show a bit of a temperature of those teams.
Yep.
Maybe I should do like 3 dots.
Do a win streak. W with L's and numbers.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. How
Win or
many?
loss streak.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's add more work. But yeah, so this weekend, this Saturday show, if you if this is your first time, thanks, but we hope to get you back on Saturday for our preview, so we don't really want to spoil it, but halfway point on the season, sitting with a nice tasty winning record, I'm going to take that.
There's a lot of difficult games on that shit. The longer the season goes on, the second half of the season's a cakewalk. That narrative has gone in my head, completely gone. I think that whole schedule there is tough.
Yeah, definitely. The Falcons look like a different team.
Falcons have been putting points up. Yeah. Donkeys have been putting points up. Chiefs are the Chiefs. Jets is a trap game on the East Coast in the cold, and they haven't won yet. Dolphins are looking really good with Tua. Colts defense is ridiculously good.
Wait a minute. Tony's changed his background.
I have changed my background just because if you put it into the 3, just because
Hang on,
no.
We can't do this without that.
Say it. I don't know what we're doing now.
Hit the button.
What are you about?
Oh my life! Right. Okay,
why is there no intro to the best segment of the podcast that's going to win?
Because
I'm not normally ready for this on Mondays, so he just threw me well off. Tony, do you need your intro?
No, we were just going through the schedule when we're coming up to the Colts, so I thought I'd just throw a picture of the Colts up there.
Terrible.
So
yeah, that
you got our hopes up, man. You got our hopes up.
We're waiting for it.
I'll tell you what. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'll see if I can find something.
Excellent stuff.
Don't do that, because my internet will probably crap out, and then it would just be Mitch chatting to himself. So
yeah.
Or it's going a bit hazy. So yeah, no, I think you're right. Falcons are warming up. Well, Jets is a trap.
Colts defense is wicked.
San Diego Colts, yeah, we need to give them a kick in. Then we got back to back on the back with the Chargers, man.
Yes.
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting second half of the season. What we thought was going to be easier is not getting easier. But we need to show that damn resilience. You know, we are capable of passing on teams. We're capable of running on teams. We are capable of out-coaching teams and making changes at half-time. So why didn't we see that on Sunday?
Can I throw a John Gruden quote out?
Well, are you going to get it wrong or are you going to get it right?
I'm going to get it right because it's from my favourite locker room video that ever happened, as a lot of you all know. We can beat anybody, anywhere, on any fucking time zone.
Oh, I thought we were going to get to dancing, but
not yet. I've not had any wine tonight. Maybe dancing Saturday show though. We'll see.
Dancing on Saturday show. Oh, we should dance though. It was a win. I don't have disco lights in the car.
If we this is Saturday show stuff. We'll save that for Saturday.
Yeah. Well, I'm shit out of content now, guys. What have we got out in Chatter's world? I think we've had really good fun this evening with you guys. You know, nice to see some new faces pop up in the chat.
Yeah, welcome.
Golden, even that Ollie guy popped up in the chat.
Weird, that very weird.
Nice to see, you know, recurring.
Ladies
and gentlemen,
the best.
Evening, welcome to a very impromptu Monday night version of Tony's Totally Irrelevant News. Not quite sure how breaking this is. This might be a little bit more or a little bit less breaking than my Jets COVID thing. But anyway, the Vikings have sent scouts out to scout Justin Fields halfway through the season. So that's pretty much that. Back to everyone else.
Still the best segment of any show ever.
Give me some info. Give me some really useless facts. Man. It is gripping. Well,
again, new faces. Tony's Totally Irrelevant News is arguably the best segment of the show. So treasure it.
Cool. So any other totally irrelevant news or other league news? I think
we on to around the league.
Are we on to around the league?
I think we are.
We'll get some of that. And then
send us your comments in if you've got anything else you spotted over the weekend, and we can talk about it before we wrap up. I'll start us off though. Around the league news. Nice little celebration. JJ Watt has had his 100th sack. Good job, that man. Well done. Walter Payton, you know, guy, wicked guy.
And he's stealing your segments, mate.
And he's in. That's not irrelevant. That's a great. I like that. I think he was like top 5, one of the fastest players to reach 100 sacks. But what a great guy. I'm happy for him. The guy does a lot for the world, not just here, not just the league, for the world.
Okay.
You don't seem very happy with that. I thought that was quite a nice little. No, okay.
Disappointed. Give us another one.
Another one. I'm fresh out of luck.
Yeah. So it's that kind of.
There's that
after the trade deadline.
So there's trade deadline news that is kind of touching on Saturday show for the Broncos. The fact that the Broncos picked up DeAndre Washington on trade deadline day.
Twice he said it.
They did.
Twice he said it.
Naughty corner. For anyone that's also new to this, Mitch is a bit of a dick. So we kick him every once in a while. I apparently opt out of the stream, whereas Mitch has to get removed. He normally throws a little tantrum, which is quite amusing to watch on the preview.
Is he not throwing a tantrum?
No, not this time. He's just laughing, slightly maniacally. New word.
Amazing.
Right. Are you going to behave like a dick and use those words again?
Wait, no. I thought you were going to say behave then. The Donkeys, the Dirty Donkeys, have picked up DeAndre Washington on trade deadline day, which is even.
So wait a minute, Washington. Let me get this straight.
Wait, no, I'm lying.
No, I was going to say he's gone to Miami.
It's because of my other point I was going to make, but he's gone to Miami. My other point, I've got this completely wrong.
Yeah, you really have fucked this up.
Rip my notes up.
Get him off. Shit, anyway.
So DeAndre Washington is now with the Denver Dolphins.
I was like, wait a minute. So this guy's gone from the Chargers to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
The Donkeys. I'm like, that poor bloke. But no, it's just Captain Crap news.
My point was going to be,
what are the wrong facts do you want to give us?
My point was going to be that this there's too many D's in running backs.
Don't worry.
After Booker's amazing performance yesterday, nice little revenge game this weekend. Hopefully he's going to put some points up. Again, that's a Saturday conversation. But yeah, that was the other point, is that the Dolphins have picked up DeAndre Washington, which then puts him in the same building as Lynn Bowden Jr., which makes that matchup in week 12, I think, 13. Big revenge game.
Why? Lynn Bowden Jr. couldn't playbook, so
I said it in the tailgate, and I'll say it again, because Nick Kwiatkowski looks like someone who would throw you out of a nightclub at 3 a.m. into a river, and that's what I want him to do to everyone.
Sound like a man of experience there. You've been dumped in some canals recently.
I've been known to have been ejected from a venue, before.
Really? Surprises me. You're such an upstanding gentleman of the community.
I enter bars the same way I entered the show tonight, just shouting about stuff that probably doesn't need shouting about. I want a beer and a wine.
Well, not league news, Raider news.
Go.
Well, maybe not worthy of. No, I've really hyped this up. I'm just going to say it. So Trent Brown's looking like he's going to be out for a month now.
Yes.
That's how it's delivered. Yes.
I thought you were cheering at Trent Brown being out for a month.
Yes, I am. Exactly that.
But why? We're paying him $21.5 million. Get your fat ass on the field. Make some blocks.
Anyway. He's getting the money anyway. I want a game plan without going, right, we got Trent, and then, oh, wait a minute, you flaked out.
Oh, yeah.
I get it. Like, what happened in Cleveland, different story. That's not flaked out. We tried to kill the bloke. Not okay. But
the stuff I've gone, if we kill him accidentally, do we still have to pay his salary? That's not the conversation that happened, I don't think.
But, like, honestly, I'm of the opinion, like, if you're going to be unreliable, I don't want you around my team. I don't want to plan to have you on there. And
that's the big thing. It's a plan. Yeah.
So we look at the pass rush from Sunday. We knew we were not having Trent. We were able to deal with it.
Yeah.
Not okay. Granted, that is not the best pass rush we're going to see for the rest of the season. And yes, he is a good player. However, he's checked out, man.
Yeah, big time. Got his ring, got his money, got his donuts.
See, look at this. The comments.
Yeah, people are not.
I'm not putting that up. I told you last time. I'm not.
Must be a thing with TBs, I think.
Just whoa, that's a bit harsh, Stevie. Wow.
You should probably start sense checking the comments.
That on the screen.
Proofreading them.
That's Stevie's taking it to another. There we go. That's
the right one. That's the right one.
Get out. Yeah, done. Like I'm not worried about that. What we should have done is on the trade should have gone out looking for something for an O-line to stack it. Personally.
Can we clone Colton Miller?
What? And he can
clone him in a mirror
weekend as well.
Sorry?
Because Colton was out at the weekend.
He was, and it was his first. He had a snap record.
I'm not waiting 3 years for someone to warm up again.
Don't hate on Colton Miller.
We've had to wait for a first-round pick to actually warm up.
And he's killing it. Absolutely killing it. I'm fine with that.
It's a fucking 3 years practice.
2 years practice. This is the third
2 years. Yeah, all right.
And if we get 10 years out of him,
if
doing his thing, happy with that.
Go Richie.
Yeah,
so I don't know what the latest on Richie is, because they were saying he'll be back by the bye, and
he's not back by the bye.
Yeah, were you not here earlier when we discussed Richie? And someone asked what the update. Someone asked what the update was with Richie. The last I heard was he was kind of day by day, and he was getting better day by day. But it's
a long day by day.
But yeah, it was about a week and a half ago, I think, and just nothing more.
Hopefully, Saturday's show will show a prettier IR than what it has done over the last couple of weeks.
For shizzle.
But I'm worried. Ingold's obviously needs to get health though.
Yes,
That's my main one.
So I think on that bombshell, not that we would steal any taglines on this show, I think it's probably worth just calling it.
I have to answer one thing in the comments before we go.
In the comments, do I need to find the comment?
Jed Harris, Saturday night, Portugal lost 2-0 to Austria in the darts. Jose de Souza went down 4-2, and Jose Marquez went down 4-1.
Awful.
To answer your question, the state of Portuguese darts, not in a great place.
Stevie's comment. What? Sorry to completely interrupt darts news.
No, you go for it.
We cannot afford passengers, and we definitely cannot. Not when they cost $21 million a year.
Yeah, but we got another year on him.
Oh no.
Right. So on that one, I think good fun. Awesome to have some new people join us. Thank you so much.
Facebook page, YouTube page, all of them. Ring
the
the
Facebooks,
bells,
the YouTubes, the Twitters, the
knock the doors,
Instagrams.
tap
all
on my
of them.
windows, knock on my doors. That's the
We're
song,
on
isn't it?
them. Give us a like, thumbs up, subscribe, all sorts.
Just seen Linda's comment. Gordon probably answered it, but we told him to stay here. Brilliant.
Sorry.
I missed it. It's gone.
It's the penultimate comment.
Yeah.
Which is a great word.
It is. I do like the word penultimate.
It's fun to say and to spell. That's rare with words.
It's no longer the penultimate comment, though.
It is not.
No. So, anyways, order of business. Order. There was a discussion in the Facebook group this morning that I should cover. Silver and Black UK do offer a membership scheme, which is £20 a year. You get some awesome swag, you get some discounts, events, access to the virtual tailgate, and some private chat groups and such. One of the things we do is discount schemes, and it's getting to the season, getting to the time of year, which is every time, but there is Black Friday sales coming up, and it's always nice to stock up on Silver and Black merch and swag. Sometimes some people want to buy the better ranges that are in the US. We have proudly partnered this time with a company called ASA, also known as shoppingusa.com. They have been so awesome to offer all of our members, our paid members, access to their shipping service that they do. So if you live in the UK, you can order with them. Basically, you sign up for a membership with them. It's like £2 a month or 20 quid for the year, but they've thrown in more into the package so that they'll consolidate, so it's cheaper. But basically, you get super cheap shipping from the US. You save on the duties and everything. You get stuff. It's like, it works out like 40% cheaper. They also get straight 20% off of Fanatics. Awesome service. So shoppingusa.com. If you are a paid member, log into your account. Up in the top right-hand corner, there is a button that says discount zone, member discount, something discounts up in the top right-hand corner once you're logged in. Click on that and then scroll down to the bottom of the page and you'll see Shopping USA. If you sign up with them, you'll see if you go onto their membership page with the Silver and Black UK logo, they'll come verify your account. But they've done us a wicked deal there. Wicked service, actually. Super cheap. Awesome to have them on board. But yeah, sorry, I thought I said I'd get that order of business out in the chat. So yeah, that was that.
Outstanding.
Super fast. I might as well just throw in a cheeky plug as well, actually. If you're not a member, go and sign up, please. silverandblackuk.com/sign-up. Get yourself some discounts, all sorts of stuff. There we go. I'm done. Tony, you open the show. You want to close the show tonight?
What's tragic, Stevie? Not the discounts and stuff. Hopefully.
I think he's referring to Kenny's comment about NFL Europe store being awful.
That was just really poor timing. Go back and get some fantastic discounts at Silver and Black UK. They're tragic.
Don't sign up. Their events are terrible. It's just drunk guys lie upon couches stealing
Yeah.
signs out of windows, carrying them back on tubes.
What are you talking about? Right.
That was you who did that.
Never stole a sign. Never.
Not one.
Actually, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah, not one. Not one. Okay. Never took over bars or pubs either. Never us. Okay, cool. Right. Tony, you want to close us down?
What is there to say? Look forward towards the Donkeys game. The Donkeys game.
Look forward to our show on Saturday first, though, right?
Look forward to the show on Saturday. Join us again. If you're new in the chat tonight, come join us again. We do this every Saturday and Monday. We've got a nice pre-game coming up against the Donkeys on Saturday, where we put out some outrageous hot takes like Jalen Rashard's going to get a 97-yard touchdown against the Chargers, and we're going to beat the Chargers 52-20. Neither of which come to fruition, but we were close.
We should add a 15-second segment on the Monday shows just where we go across our hot takes and just sort of say nope, and done. Because one day we're going to hit one. We're going to spend 25 minutes talking about how we hit a hot take.
We might do. So if you've enjoyed it tonight and you know, come back and join us on Saturday. If you're not new and you still enjoyed it, come back and join us on Saturday. Get your friends involved.
And if you did enjoy it, share it to a friend. And if you didn't enjoy it, share it to a friend as well to torture them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Share it to an enemy.
Absolutely. And also, there's going to be an entire Tony's Totally Irrelevant news segment on Saturday night, so it's worth coming back for that.
Oh, amazing.
Can't wait.
Right. Dinner is waiting. It's been good fun. Enjoy you guys. Awesome banter, awesome chats. Thanks very much, guys. Peace.
Go Raiders.
Tap back on my door.